everyone, I'm Erashi Hettige and welcome to Homemade. So we are still on lockdown and today I will be making my curfew cake, which is basically a really simple chocolate cake that can be made with minimal ingredients. There are also a few substitutions that you can make because it's a really flexible recipe. So my oven is preheating to 180 degrees Celsius. So let's get baking. So to start off with, I've got 50 grams of fat here, which is basically 25 grams of butter and 25 mils of oil. You can use either all oil or all butter as long as it comes up to 50 grams or 50 mils. So I'm just going to beat that now. So what I just did was I mixed the butter and the oil together just so that it's nice and smooth and really light. The next thing I'm going to do is add 100 grams of caster sugar. You can use, again, any type of sugar you like. I'm just using regular sugar here and it's a fine grain. I'm going to beat that in as well. Right. So our next ingredient is yogurt. So here I've got 80 grams of yogurt, which is just the size of a normal small yogurt, which I'm just going to pop in here now. If you don't have yogurt, you can use about 60 mils of milk with a squeeze of lime, or you can even use curd as a substitute. So as you can see, it's a really simple recipe which you can substitute here and there. So we're going to add in our eggs now, one at a time. 2 eggs. Tilting the bowl a little bit so that I can incorporate as much air as possible at this time, just so that the batter is nice and fluffy. Right, and finally I'm going to sift in my flour. So here I've got a total of 100 grams of flour and cocoa powder. I'm using 65 grams of flour and 35 grams of cocoa powder with just about 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm going to sift it in. I'm going to do it in batches just so that I don't get baking powder going all over the place and flour going all over the place. So if you want a slightly lighter chocolate cake, you can vary the ratio of cocoa and flour. So you can make it 80 grams flour and 20 grams of cocoa powder. I like it pretty dark, which is why I'm using the 65 grams, 35 grams quantity. But just make sure it comes up to 100 grams. So I'm going to beat this now, just very lightly until the flour and the cocoa powder is incorporated. You don't need to actually use a whisk, or a beater. You can use a whisk, or you can just even fold the flour in like this. So just until everything is well incorporated is when we will mix it together. Right. So if a few lumps here and there, that's okay, as long as everything is combined nicely. Right, we don't want to take out any of the air that we've beaten in. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into my baking tin. Here I've got a 6-inch baking tin which I've lined with baking paper. So I'm just going to pour in my batter. If you feel like your batter is not runny enough, you can always add a tiny bit of hot water, but just make sure that it isn't very runny. There is a fair amount of liquid in here with the oil and the yogurt. So just make sure that your batter or cake batter isn't too runny, because that will cause the cake to get a little bit dense. Right, so I've got my cake batter in my tin. and I'm just going to smooth it out just so that it will have a nice smooth top when it's baked. Right, so now this goes into oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius for about 35 minutes. It largely depends on your oven, but in my oven around 35 minutes should do. So I'm going to pop this in the oven and see you in a bit. Right, so now my cake has been baking in the oven for 35 minutes and I just took it out and let it cool for a bit. You can see it's really nice and soft. When you press it in the middle, it kind of just bounces back. That's exactly what we want. And I've made a really simple frosting here. It's actually a mix between a ganache and a frosting with whatever I had at home. So here I've used about 80 grams of chocolate, dark chocolate, with about a tablespoon, little less than a tablespoon of butter and a splash of milk, just so that it's a nice consistency like this that I can put on top of my cake. You can leave it plain with a sprinkle of icing sugar and even cocoa, or you can use your favorite frosting, whatever you have on hand. Nutella is a good option to ice this cake as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this icing. It's not really an icing, it's actually a bit of a ganache, and I'm going to just put it in the middle because it's quite a runny consistency, so it will drip down, and I'm just going to get it to the edges like that. A little bit more. You can always cut the cake like that, sandwich it, layer it, and give it a lovely interior filling as well. Whatever you like, whatever you have on hand would work really well with this cake. So I'm just going to really slowly tease it to the edges, just so that there's a very slight, just the beginnings of a drip going on. It's a fairly thick topping, so it's not going to drip down in those beautiful dainty drips that you see on your classic drip cakes. A little bit more. There we go. Just like that. Yeah, that looks perfect. So this is a lovely little cake that's perfect for your family, and you can share it with your loved ones during these days. So I'm just going to decorate it with some white chocolate chips, because I love the contrast between the white of the white chocolate chips and the milky sweetness that it has, and the dark chocolate frosting and the dark chocolate cake. So just like that, just for that, add a little bit of color and texture and flavor as well. So just like that, a few more here. There we go. So there you have it. That is my curfew cake. If you have any questions or if you need clarifications on substitutions, do comment on the video, or you can contact me on Instagram on Podi Hands Cook, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So I'm Irasha. Thank you for joining us. This is my homemade.